Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am Amber from Amber's Books and More, and today I have my very first book haul revisit video. So this is a video that was inspired by Julie over at Pages and Pens. She decided to start a book haul revisit after watching some makeup channels do basically the same kind of thing. They're a haul revisit. I decided that I think it was a really good idea to see kind of what I'm buying versus what I'm actually reading so that I can get better about my book buying, and I'm actually pleasantly surprised at how well I did. So let's just jump right in and get it started because I had a pretty big book haul. So let's go. So I went back and watched my video and wrote down the list of the ones that I hauled in the first video on my book haul. I will leave that linked up above if you want to watch the original video, but I will just go through from first to last that were in the video. Okay, so the first book that I hauled in the video was Shatter Me by Tahereh Mafi. I have not read this one yet. I want to get the whole trilogy before I read it. That way I can just go ahead and read the whole thing in a row. So the next one that was on the book haul was These Broken Stars by Meagan Spooner and Amie Kaufman. I have not read this one yet, but it is on my June TBR, so hopefully I will get this one read this month. So the next two books that were on my book haul was Cinder by Marissa, Meyer, and Scarlet by Marissa Meyer, the first and second book of the Lunar Chronicles. I already read Cinder and I did enjoy it. I got started on Scarlet, but for some reason I wasn't really in the mood for it, so I stopped. I got about, let's see, I was on chapter 6 and I was about 50 pages in. So, I mean, I didn't get super far into it, but I do plan on finishing that one. Just because it's not official DNF or anything like that. I just need to get onto that one. I think because new books came out that I was excited about. So the next two books on my haul was A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab and A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab, book 1 and 2 in the Shades of Magic trilogy. And I have already read both of these. And so any of the ones that I have reviewed, I will have reviewed it also on Goodreads. And I will leave every book on here. I will leave a link to the Goodreads for the book down in the description bar below. Okay, so the next book that was on my haul was The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender by Leslye Walton. So Leslye Walton, I have read this, and it was a 5-star book, and I really enjoyed it. It was very beautiful. So I actually won a Instagram giveaway that Leslye Walton had to basically win some swag, and so I won that, and she sent me like a bookmark, and she sent me some stickers and things like that, but she also sent me a signed book plate that I've put into the book. It says, "Amber, may you always fly with your own wings," and then it has Leslye Walton XOXO. That is just really awesome, and I'm really excited that she sent that to me. So this is definitely a top favorite of mine, especially now that it's signed, basically. Alright, so the next two books that I had on my first book haul was Passenger and Wayfarer, book 1 and 2 of the Passenger Duology by Alexandra Bracken. I have read both of these. I believe I rated this one a 4-star and this one a 3-star. Overall, I really enjoyed the Duology, but it wasn't my favorite, but it was a decent read. I enjoyed it. Alright, so the next book on my haul was More Than This by Patrick Ness. I have read this one as well. This one, I believe I gave it 4 stars or 5, I can't remember. But this was very good. It was the first book that I read coming out of a huge book slump. So I'm definitely glad that I read this one. Alright, so the next book that was on my book haul was A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. Once again, I have not read this one. It's on my June TBR. It's actually been on a few TBRs. I'm hoping to actually get to it this month because I really enjoyed More Than This, and I've heard this one is even better, so I'm definitely excited to get to this one soon. So the next book that was on my book haul was The Archived by Victoria Schwab, which is the same author that wrote The Shades of Magic, but it is her young adult. I did read this one during Fempower-a-thon, and I really enjoyed this one as well. Alright, so the next book that was on my very first book haul was Ashley Bell by Dean Koontz. I love Dean Koontz, and I was excited to get back into his writing, and I did read this one back in April, I believe, for Tome Topple, and this one was really good. It messed with my head a little bit, but I really enjoyed it. Alright, so the next book that was on my first book haul was Roseblood by A.G. Howard. This is a kind of Phantom of the Opera reimagining, and I have not read that one yet, and I don't know when I'm going to get to that one. It does have some mixed reviews, some really good ones and some really bad ones, so I mean, I am going to read it. I'm just not in a hurry to get to it, I guess. So the next book that was on my first book haul is kind of, I don't know how to count it, because it's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. You know, I have read the Harry Potter series, but I wanted the Philosopher's Stone, the UK edition of this. So this is kind of a collector's edition, because I technically have already read the book, but I have not physically read this book. But it was more of like a collector's edition kind of thing. So I don't really know. I've read it, but I haven't read it at the same time. Okay, so the last two books that was on my first book haul was Illuminae and Gemina, the first two books of the Illuminae Chronicles, I believe, or the Illuminae Files, I'm sorry, by Amie, Kaufman, and J. Kristoff. I have read both of these, loved both of these, talk about both of these all the time, advise you to read both of these. These are sci-fi mixed media type books, and they're very awesome. I have more videos about these if you want to. I think I read these in either February or March. If you want to look and see on my wrap up, I'll find out which wrap up they were on and I'll link it up above. But I did definitely enjoy these, and these were both 5-star reads for me on Goodreads. So that is all the books that was on my first book haul, and so if we count the collector's edition as one that I did read, because I don't really plan on reading that anytime soon, because it is just a collector's edition and I have actually read the story before, that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 out of 18 books that I've read. I think that's pretty good. I mean, considering that usually your first big book haul after you start BookTube is because you're seeing all of these books everywhere and you just really want to have them all. But I think I've done pretty good at making choices of books that I really want to read. So I consider that a big win. And actually what's funny is there's 2 of these, I believe, that are on there's 2 of these that are actually on my June TBR, so I should be getting to those soon. And I actually forgot one, A Curious Beginning, and I will insert a picture because the book is all the way in the living room and I don't feel like getting up and going and getting it because I'm sitting down on the floor filming right now. So sorry about my laziness, but I have not read that one yet. So I've read 12. That is part of the 18. I have 12 out of 18. That means I only have 6 left to read on my very first book haul. So if you like these videos, definitely give me a thumbs up. I plan on doing all of the book hauls I have. I think I'm far enough removed from all 4 of them that it is good to start filming them pretty soon. So yeah, so until next time, have a great day wherever you are, and I love you. Bye!